Hello, everyone. This is Incarcerated Bob with an exclusive interview here with the IBNSportsRap.com. We have a big interview here with a former employee who worked for Anthony Bosch. For those that don't know who Anthony Bosch is, he's kind of been in the news about steroids with A-Rod, with a clinic that he was running down in Miami, biogenetics clinic. And we have a former employee who worked under him who allegedly took some of his payments and ran the books for him. So basically she was a bookkeeper. Let's get to her right now. Hello, Jessica, are you on the line?
Yes, I am.
Talk up, Jessica, so we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay. How's everything going today?
I'm okay. And yourself?
All right. Now, first off, before we get into this line of questioning, your name, for the record, is Jessica. That's the first name you gave me. Can you give me a last name?
No. I don't want to have my last name out there.
You don't want your last name out there right now?
No.
Okay, I'll respect that. First question I have for you here is, once again, this is IBNSportsRap.com. Incarcerated Bob here, the exclusive interview with a former employee for Anthony Bosch, his former secretary or assistant. How did you meet Mr. Bosch? First off, let's start off like that. How did you meet Mr. Bosch?
Well, I met Mr. Bosch through a friend, and then I started working for him.
Okay, now what kind of, you met him through a friend, so what kind of relationship was this? Was this a working relationship? Was it a personal relationship?
It was personal and working relationship. I say both.
So would you say you got the job based on a personal relationship, or did you start that after?
After.
Okay, so let's get this straight. Right now, you started working for him, and you started a personal relationship after the fact of working. Now, let me ask you this. How long did you work for him? Like, what was the time length of your, since you started, when you started your job to when you ended it?
Well, I started on April 2010 to February 2012.
So that was, once again, for the record, that was what? That was April 2010 to February
2012.
Okay. So you kind of just, last year, did he fire you, or how did that happen? You just left, found a new job?
Yes, I just left and found a new job.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this. While you were working there under Anthony Bosch, what was your job description? Like, what were you there to do?
Well, I'm his assistant. I did the bookkeeping, and payments and stuff like that. Like keeping checks, write down every check that's coming in a book, filing.
So you basically, you filed any payments that were made to the biogenetics clinic, you got a hold of, and you logged it into a computer, or you logged it into a notebook. Like, how did that work?
Into a book.
So basically, you kept a book of all his clients that paid?
Yes.
Okay, now this is the big part. This is the part that we really want to know here. IBNSportsRap.com. Incarcerated Bob here. What names did you see in that book, or anything that kind of stood out to you during your time as a bookkeeper / secretary / whatever, personal assistant,
yeah.
doing whatever you were doing with him, type of thing? What names stood out to you at that time?
Well, there was like a lot of initials, like LJ, JN, Cisco, something like that, Cruz,
Cruz?
I don't know. Yes.
Oh, okay. So these were all the names that you just had in your that you were told to put into your book?
Yes.
Okay. So now let me ask you, how did that work? Like, money would come in, or Mr. Bosch would like how did that happen? Like, what would he tell you? Like if he had money from somewhere, did he tell you to put a certain initial in the book or something?
Yes, like for LJ, they like for LJ, like this guy named Mr. Paul would come in, and Mr. Bosch would just give me a check, and he would tell me to put in as LJ paid for that month.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. So someone named wait a minute. How are you spelling this now? Someone named Mr. Paul?
Yes. And
is that his first name, Paul, or last name?
I'm not sure,
well,
but it's just pretty weird that how he told me to put as LJ in the book instead of Mr. Paul.
Okay, so now Mr. Paul would come in. Let me, because I'm trying to get this straightened out with you, so there's no misquoting or anything to that effect. Mr. Paul would come in every month. You said?
Yeah, every month.
So since you were working there, you seen him come in every month. You said you were working there for almost a year and a half. So over 15, 16 times this guy came in?
Yes.
And he would pay Mr. What did he get from Mr. Bosch? Let me ask you that.
Excuse me?
What did he receive from him?
I'm not sure, but I know for sure he was getting some products.
So he was receiving products, and he would pay for the products every month. And now you're saying that every time Mr. Paul would pay or give a check or whatever, however he would pay, he would actually, Mr. Bosch would tell you to put the initials LJ into the file as paid for the month.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how did you basically now get to think that LJ stands for LeBron James?
Well, my coworkers were, talking about LeBron James was a client, but I didn't believe all that until one day Mr. Bosch was telling me to delete LJ and JN, any files that with the name on it. So that what made me thought about it. It was probably with LeBron James and,
And now with Mr. Paul, who is this Mr. Paul, though? Who do you believe that was?
I think it was a friend of LeBron James. Okay,
so you're saying Mr. Paul was a friend of LeBron James. He would make. Let's recap this. You would say that you are saying that Mr. Paul would come into the biogenetics clinic where you worked. He would pay for whatever products he was getting, right? Am I correct? And Mr. Bosch would tell you to put LJ as paid for the month. And then you heard rumors that LeBron James was a client, right?
Yeah.
Now, you also said a JN, which you're saying, you're saying that stood for who?
Jameer Nelson.
Jameer, no, okay, wait a minute. So now you're saying JN stood for Jameer. How do you know JN is Jameer Nelson?
Well, he comes to the office.
Okay, wait, whoa. So you're saying Jameer Nelson would come to the office?
Yes.
And what would he pick up?
Excuse me?
What did he get from the office? Did he make a payment?
He will make a payment. He'll pick up some products and stuff like that.
And he would actually pay? How did he pay?
He'll pay in cash.
Okay. And then when he would pay in cash, what did Mr. Bosch instruct you to do?
He'll just tell me to... I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
I said, what did Mr. Bosch instruct you to do once Jay or Jameer Nelson made a payment, which is stated?
That I had to put in a file as JN paid for the month or whatever.
Okay. So now, just to recap this once again, you're saying that a JN stood for Jameer Nelson, who was a professional basketball player for the Orlando Magic. You're saying that LJ stood for LeBron James, who is obviously probably the biggest NBA superstar there is in the game. He plays for Miami Heat. Now, at any time, did you see any other athletes come in? Did you see Alex Rodriguez? I don't know if you know who that is, but
no.
Did you see anybody else? Any other names stood out to you? You said there was a Mr. Cruz. Who is Mr. Cruz?
Not even sure.
You're not sure who Mr. Cruz is. And you said another one you seen was a Francisco?
Francisco.
What was the last name?
I'm not even sure. Just say Francisco. Just a name. That was it. I don't.
So he told you to just put Francisco in the book?
Uh-huh.
And that was it. Now, what happened to the book? Like, where are the files at now?
I'm not even sure.
You're not sure where the files are now. You said earlier that he told you to destroy any info that you had on these initials and stuff and info that you had for the book. So did you follow what he asked you to do? Did you destroy it? Did you hold it for yourself, or you
Actually, during the summertime, he told me to destroy any files with their name and initial. I mean, anything that was LJ, JN, Cruz, Francisco. Like, he just told me to delete everything and get rid of the files.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this: why are you now? Why are you now coming out with this? Like, what motivation do you have? Has anyone paid you? What's your motivation behind this? People are going to want to know, why do you want to put LeBron James' name or Jameer Nelson's name into this? What are you gaining out of this?
Actually, I don't really want to put their name out there like that. I'm just upset with Mr. Bosch right now. I feel betrayed.
You feel
and used.
Oh, okay. So now this is more personal to do with you and Mr. Bosch.
Yes.
Okay. You want to elaborate? How do you feel betrayed and used? Like, did you do other things that maybe helped him escape financial or police trouble? Is that what you're saying?
No.
So what makes you feel used? Like, I'm just trying to get to the bottom of that. I want to know your motivation.
It's personal. We have a personal relationship.
Okay, wasn't he a married man, though?
Yes, he was.
Oh, so that didn't make a difference to you, that he was married and maybe...
Well, he was helping me out. He was helping me out financially.
Okay. So he was helping you out financially, and what happened? He stopped after a while?
Yes, he stopped. And he just ignored me for the past few months now.
When was the last time you were in contact with Mr. Bosch?
Since November 2012.
November?
Yes.
Do you want to elaborate what you talked about? I mean, did he tell you that he was in trouble or anything to that effect, or like how did that?
No, he didn't really say much. He just stopped. He completely stopped talking to me.
Oh, so that's the bottom line. Is he stopped? He called you to cut it off or something to that effect?
No, actually, he just ignored me for no reason.
Okay. Now let me. Why are you using me? Like, why am I your outlet for getting this info across? Like, you could have used ESPN. You could have used other big avenues, that have broken other stories. Like, what made you come to, IBN? Like, how did you even find out about me, basically?
Well, I have two brothers that follow me on Twitter, and so that's how I got a hold of you. And I don't really want to. I don't want to put my name out there or be on the front page of the newspaper or put myself in danger, risk or anything like that. So that's why I contact you instead.
Okay, who would you be? You know, who would you like fear right now? You said you don't want to put yourself at risk. Like, who scares you? Like, has anyone been in contact with you? Has anyone threatened your life or something to that effect? If you told about certain names?
No, it's just nobody haven't threatened me or anything.
Are you
like
afraid
that,
of Mr. Bosch?
Yes, I am.
Wow.